Hi, thank you so much for having me come in.
I'm so glad to see you here today. Finley Gustafson, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and here's my cover letter.
Great, thank you. All right, well, welcome to Camp Lebanon.
Thank you.
And I want you to start out just by telling me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I just turned 17 last month. I have a sister who's 3 years younger than me, and I have a dog who sometimes I treat like my own daughter, which is a little weird. And my parents, they're not divorced and they love me a lot.
What are their names?
My mom's named Heidi and my dad is Kent.
Okay. And what's bringing you here today?
Well, I've been coming to Camp Lebanon as a camper since I was 9, and I've just always wanted to work here. Once I was at the age limit, I didn't really give it any thought when I was 14. I wanted to do it when I was 15, but I was too late. And then I didn't do it last year because a couple events got in the way. And now I'm just glad I'm going to be able to do it this year.
Okay, so what interests you about working here at Camp Lebanon?
Well, I love working with kids. They're just a joy to be with. And camp is just a lot of fun to be at. Now, honestly, if I wanted to have any job here at Camp Lebanon, I'd want to be a camp counselor because they get to be with kids the most, and it's just a lot of fun.
Now, have you gone through the training to be a counselor?
Not yet, but I'm hoping I'll be able to do that fairly soon.
And so you know then that you'll have to serve as a junior counselor first.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. Are you aware of the responsibilities that go along with junior counselor?
Yes, I am partially aware of that, but I hope that I'll be able to fully understand all the responsibilities of being a junior counselor coming in the weeks, hopefully if I start working here.
Okay. Well, we'll give you some training so you will know. Will you be available as early as June 1st?
I will be.
Okay. Do you have any other kind of problems that would get in the way of your summer here at Camp Lebanon?
Not necessarily. I might possibly have to do a little cat sitting for a neighbor of mine, but otherwise my summer is pretty open.
Okay. And so then, because we're looking at the best fit for our camper, since you're going to be working with younger children, do you have any experience working with younger children?
I have babysat a couple times. It wasn't actually babysitting, I didn't get paid for it, but it still felt like babysitting because I was babysitting for my cousins a few times when I was younger, and our parents would have to go away for a few hours, so I just helped watch my cousins, make sure they didn't get hurt.
Okay. So you're capable of watching over little ones. Let's say somebody gets a cut. What are you going to do?
First, I'll try and calm the child down. Then I'll find the first aid kit, give him a bandage. But if it's bleeding a lot, maybe gently wipe away the blood with a cold washcloth or something like that.
Okay. Are you experienced in first aid or anything like that?
Not entirely.
Okay. But you've had some.
Yes.
Okay. What are some of your strengths that will make you a good candidate for this position?
Ooh, that is actually kind of a tough question because, to be honest, I'd say some of my strengths would be compassionate, caring, because children are the future of the world. They deserve a real chance at life. And I get that sounds a little life and death sort of, but I still think that we should try and make sure that the children are as safe as possible, but still also having as much fun as possible.
Okay, so you think you're caring and kind. Any other strengths that you see in yourself?
Well, it's not really a strength, it's more like a weakness, but I'm just not comfortable, entirely comfortable around, I don't know, maybe arguments or something like that. I've never really been a big person on anger or that sort of thing. I always want to try and find the bright side in things.
Well, that's a good thing because I think there are times where you'll find that campers are getting angry with each other.
Yes.
How could you help them work through that?
I'd probably step in and be like, and say, now, are you settling this argument like kids should? Have them talk it out a little bit, try to see that there's more than one way to handle an argument.
Okay. My interview questions went away, so I'm going to have to possibly just come up with what I can think of. Do you currently have a job right now?
I do not.
Okay. Do you have any work experience prior to this? Besides, you said some babysitting, but have you ever held a job?
Yes, I was doing a job training program last summer called Career One, where I basically just did a bunch of community service, spent some time volunteering at the nursing home.
Great. So getting to interact with your community a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find anything through that you really enjoyed?
Maybe it helped me realize that community service isn't just a bunch of hard work. It helped me realize that it's a responsibility that we all have to help out with. And it made me have a better appreciation for it.
Okay. What was the worst part of doing that opportunity?
I'm going to sound like a horrible person for saying this, but well, maybe not. Pulling weeds is still not one of my favorite things to do. And I will sound like a horrible person for saying this, but communicating with senior citizens, I don't know why. I've just always been a little terrified of going to nursing homes.
Okay. Well, at Camp Lebanon, we don't have a lot of senior citizens there, so I don't think that will be a huge issue for you, but definitely communicating with younger kids and interacting with them. Now, if for some reason the counseling position isn't available, is there any other areas at camp that you would be willing to work?
I guess I would possibly enjoy doing kitchen work. Like my cousin Sarah a couple years ago joined the kitchen staff when she started working at camp, and she told me how much fun it was. So
okay, I bet that's Sarah Gustafson, isn't it?
Yes,
I know her. Let's see. What would you do if there is a young camper that's just really upset with wanting to go home? Would you let them go home? How would you handle that?
Oh, I remember my first year of Camp Lebanon. I got homesick halfway through the week, and I did cry a little. It didn't help that we were in the middle of a dodgeball tournament. So. But I think I would just take them aside and ask them if everything's okay. Just let them be a little homesick for a bit and just help them feel better.
Okay, so there's your compassionate side showing through, just kind of buddying up with them. What about a kid that doesn't want to participate? How do you handle that?
I think I'd handle that sort of situation by asking them why they don't want to participate. Maybe they just don't want to do the activity because they don't like it, or it might possibly scare them a little, but maybe they just don't want to do it. I don't know. I still ask them why, and maybe see that it's actually a really fun activity.
Would you join in with them?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a junior counselor to start out with, and you don't get along with the counselor in the room. What are you going to do?
I try to hide my disagreements with the counselor as much as possible. That way the campers don't think that their counselors aren't getting along. I just want them to see that even when you're not getting along with someone, you can still get along with them.
That's a good thing to be able to do. All right, let's see. Sometimes with this position of being a counselor, you have to do some extra little things like help cleaning up the bathrooms, making sure that the grounds stay cleaned up. Do you have anything that prevents you from being able to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Have you ever cleaned a bathroom before?
More than once.
Okay. So you can handle that.
Yes.
All right. What if, well, COVID's going on right now. How would you handle it if we don't get to have camp this summer?
I'd obviously be bummed out because I really want to work here, and I don't know, I guess disappointment isn't really going to solve anything, so I just try to move on if we don't have camp, but I guess I'll just try to let my disappointment go and try and move on.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of candidates for these counseling positions. What sets you ahead of anybody else that we're going to be interviewing?
I guess because my love for this camp is strong, and I know there might be other candidates who love this place as much as I do. But I don't know. I guess maybe the fact that my passion for this place, it would be an amazing opportunity to work here. I guess I would be bummed if someone else got the job and I didn't, but I could always apply next year.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, why should I choose you first?
Well,
what might you offer that no other candidate could offer?
my spirit, I guess, because this place is an amazing, camp is amazing. It's like a second home to me. And every summer I've come here, my spirit, my faith in God just gets stronger every time I come. Every time I leave, I just want to serve Him more and more.
Great. That's the kind of attitude that we would like to hear. Well, like I said, we have some other candidates that we need to interview as well. Give me your final thoughts about this position.
My final thoughts on this position would be, I hope you just pick the best candidate for the job, because I might be that candidate, I might not be it, but whoever does get the job, you made the right choice.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Finley, we will be in touch with you, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.